Good day, grade 11 students. Welcome back to Research 1 class. Last time, we learned about the nature of qualitative research. It aims to develop an in-depth explanation about a certain phenomenon. Qualitative research is described by its aims, methods, and the kind of data collected to understand the different facts of social life. So what are the questions or problems appropriate for qualitative research? How does one define a research problem? And what are the elements of the statement of the problem? Starting research investigation is similar to embarking a journey through the maze. As a researcher, do you know where to begin? Today, we are going to discuss Chapter 1, Introduction, Identifying the Inquiry and Stating the Problem. At the end of the lesson, you are expected to attain the following objectives. Determine the characteristic of a good research topic. Identify the elements to consider when writing a research title. Identify the parts of Chapter 1 or Introduction. Construct a SMART research title using the given elements. And lastly, explain how research questions are formulated and evaluated. When you begin your research study and someone asks you questions such as, "What do you want to ask?" "What do you want to know?" or "What do you want to find out?" it is most likely that someone is interested in your research questions. So these questions are all about behaviors, events, or phenomena that you wish to solve at the end of the study. It can delve into issues of what, why, how, when, and so forth. So where should the research begin? How is the topic chosen? So these questions are probably asked by you. Research questions or problem can be derived from a wide variety of contexts. Firstly, it may come from your daily life experiences. You become curious about people's daily lives. Second, it may come from academic readings, which can stimulate your interest to explore a particular topic. Next, personal hobbies. You seek answers from questions you have based on the things that you enjoy doing. And lastly, attention-catching situations. Here, you formulate questions as to how a particular thing became possible. So once research interest is recognized, a research topic can be identified. These are the following possible sources of research questions. Current events, problems that require solutions, products that may be tested, reports about what scientists are currently working on, problems encountered when using a new technology, a social problem, and so on. Also, note that research ideas and questions can be derived and shaped by different factors and forces. Here are some reminders in selecting appropriate research topic. Do not choose a topic only because it seems workable and feasible. Consider the nature of data that is required for the research. Have the means of data collection. Consider your technical skills, capability, and limitations. Consider your interests and support systems. Consider the possible consequences of your study. And lastly, study all possible angles, such as effort, time, and resources. A research problem is a statement about an area of concern that needs a further investigation. Also, it is called as the heart of research. Hence, the following must be considered in identifying a good research problem. Novel. It should be something that is new, a new process, product, or principle. Interesting. To draw attention from people. Practical. To be useful and beneficial to people. Innovative. To improve the current state of existing technology. Cost-effective. It should be economical in addressing the problems of the community. Also, a research problem should be smart, specific, measurable. This includes the instruments that will help you gather the data. Attainable. Can be achieved, solved, or answered after all valid procedures. Realistic. Performs observations to solve the problem. And lastly, time-bound. It should be carried out in the given period. The first thing that is usually seen or read is the research title. It gives weight and reputation to your paper. The following are the elements in constructing your title. First, determine the aim or purpose of your study. Here you answer the question, why do I want to conduct this study? Second, determine the topic of interest. What do I want to study about? Third, determine the locale of the study. Where do I conduct the study? Fourth, determine the period of your study. How long will it take for me to finish the study? And lastly, the informants of your study. For whom will my data come from? In the example below, it can be determined that the aim and topic is all about the impact of social media on the academic performance. The senior high school students will serve as the informants of the study, Bayombong Nueva Vizcaya as the local, and school year 2020-2021, which is equivalent to 1 year, as the period of the study. So now, let's proceed to the parts of a research paper, Chapter 1, Introduction. First, background of the study. This gives the readers important information about the research being conducted. It cites your reason why you have chosen to study a particular topic. It gives special consideration to the needs of a particular locality. Here, you present bases that may support or negate the claims of other researchers by presenting relevant literature. Most importantly, you should be able to provide your justification for the need to conduct the study. Next is the statement of the problem, which is also called as the heart of a research study. Here, objectives are presented. The introductory statement in this section is known as the general problem. For example, this study attempts to document the effects of El Niño on the way of life of Filipino farmers. Specifically, it aims to answer the following questions, and this is followed by specific problems or objectives that will be thoroughly studied in the course of research. It is usually written in interrogative form. The examples are, what are the effects of El Niño on the production of agricultural products of the Filipino farmers? What are the effects of the said environmental phenomenon to the social and economic interactions of the Filipino farmers? So there are 4 types of research questions based on their purpose. First, factor isolating. The purpose of this question is to categorize or name factors and situations. For example, what are the possible reasons on the increasing number of COVID-19 cases? Second, factor relating. This aims to establish relationships between the identified factors. For example, what relationship exists between variable X and variable Y? Third, situation relating. To see the changes that might happen to one variable when the other variable changes. For example, what are the effects of the El Niño to the behavior of animals living in the grass fields? And lastly, situation producing. To promote actions or goals that are attainable. For example, what appropriate technique could be used to increase the supply of chicken? Next is the framework of the study. It is logical structure of meaning that guides the development of the study. It identifies the relationships among the key concepts. We have here theoretical and conceptual frameworks. Theoretical is used when a particular theory is enough to provide theoretical basis for the conduct of the study, while conceptual is used when the concepts from different theories are borrowed to provide basis for an investigation. An example will be presented in our Google meeting. Next is scope and limitations. It indicates the boundaries, exceptions, reservations, and qualifications of your study. Remember that the limitation is used to address how the study will be narrowed in scope, while limitation is used to identify potential weaknesses of your study. Next, significance of the study. Advantages, such as contributing additional knowledge and improving socioeconomic situations, should be clear to the beneficiaries. Lastly, definition of terms. This presents key terms you have used in your study. You may use conceptual definition, which explains the meaning of a particular term using the dictionary, or the operational definition, which describes how a term was used in your study. So that ends our lesson for today. Please attend the Google meeting tomorrow for the instructions on how to create a research proposal. Have a great learning day!